Alright, yo, what is going on today, guys? Brez here, and as you guys can see, I'm giving you guys a 2K19 video today, and we're just going to spend this video talking about some features I'd like to see in 2K20. So the honorable mention spot is actually going to have to go to the My League / My GM online game mode. I had a buddy of mine try to play this online with me this year because we used to play it offline at his house, and it was a nightmare. We did a draft of free agents, and it took 2 to 3 hours before we even were able to get into a game together because the servers were so bad. It took that long just to load the draft through the off season. So hopefully that's something they can improve on in 2K20. Madden 19's wasn't too bad this year. It was a lot less lagging. I really enjoyed it. So maybe they need to take some hints from EA for once. Coming in at the number 5 spot, and would be much lower on my list if we didn't have skippable cutscenes, so you probably already guessed it, and that's going to be Better My Career Story. Basically what I mean by this is, the My Career Story this year is just bad. It's gotten worse over the past couple of years. Last year wasn't too bad, but this year it's just, with skippable cutscenes it made it better, but there was nothing. I would much rather like a My Career Story that was kind of open world in a sense, where you could choose a lot of your dialogue, stuff like that. I remember back in 2K14 you could do that a little bit more. There were more choosing your dialogue. There was, even back in like 2K13, when you were talking in the media, you had like 4 media options that would affect you differently. Some would increase one stat, some would increase team chemistry and fans, some would decrease both. I remember some would even lead you to be traded. And we just have none of that this year. It's boring. Corey Harris is boring. The Chinese League was boring. I really would like them to bring back the rookie showcase maybe? Rookie showcase, and maybe playing a couple games of college and get drafted. There's nothing cooler than being drafted when you were 13 years old, getting picked number 1 overall. You really felt like you were kind of on top of the world and you were better than all your friends. And that's just a feeling at 18 years old. As weird as this sounds, I'd like to have that feeling back. I get little pride from playing 2K this year, and I want that pride back. So coming in at this number 4 spot is, some of you might be surprised it's not higher, because this is a big complaint. Is a better park / more parks. This year with 2K was just with the 5 just normal parks, just like how it was last year. It was boring. You see the same setting for 365 days a year, except when they have an event going on. And they have an event going on once or twice a weekend. So just that makes it boring. You know, have events more often, but that's not on the list, so I'm not going to dive into that too far. But give us 2 or 3 parks to choose from, maybe. This year, you know, there's just not many people playing park. It says that there's 100 people in a parks at a time, but I'm barely ever seeing anyone on there. I feel like even with a 92 overall shot creator, it takes me 10-20 minutes to even find 3 people to hop on a spot with. I can just go stand on an open court and it'll take 20 minutes for 2 other people to get on so the game could start. I feel like they need to do a better job taking care of park, fixing the lag issues, which weren't as bad this year, but changing up the parks, making it prettier. We're sick of the neighborhood setting. Give us like 2K16 with the park in the sky. Coming in at this number 3 spot, which for you My Career players, you probably don't care because the lag wasn't as bad as it's been in the past. But for your My Team players, oh my god, better My Team servers. Better My Team servers. I played a lot of My Team this year. I put more hours into My Team this year than I put into My Career last year, and My Career was my primary mode last year. I put a good 100-200 hours into My Team this year. I spent $200-300 on packs, and I just feel like in the end of it, we kind of got ripped off. The servers were bad. The auction house was down for weeks. It just went down again only a couple of weeks ago. I'm recording this on July 5th, and since probably the beginning of June, it's been down. It was up for a couple of days, but it's back being down again. For a company that can spend $1 billion to get NBA players in a game, you think that they'd have a little bit of money left over to fix up their My Team servers a little bit. So coming in at number 2 is going to be better archetypes. Let's just take them out of the game. And what I mean by this is, take for example this point guard. You make a point guard, have all of his stats be blank, make him a 0 overall, and give people like 200 skill points to upgrade him. You know, make it the same 85. If you want to do road to 99, keep doing road to 99. But, for example, every time you hit that breaker, just give him a couple extra points to spend somewhere else. So you can customize your player the way you want to customize your player. Because that's what my career should be. Should be, you know, you shouldn't be limited. You shouldn't be able to pick from 2 archetypes, or from, if you're a sharpshooter, you shouldn't be fast and stuff like that. You should have multiple options. I don't know. They have secondaries. You know, you have multiple options. There are multiple archetypes in the game. You can make multiple characters. But when characters get so expensive, you don't want to make more than one character. And if you're going to keep archetypes in, maybe make them a little more balanced. And then coming in at our number 1 spot, I got less microtransactions. For my career, it costs $50 to max out your guy when you first make your dude. And you might be thinking that's not so bad, but it takes away from wanting to grind. When it takes 130,000 VC to get to 85 overall, it makes you not want to grind without putting in $10, $15 first. And that's no way to play the game. And then you've got my team this year, which of all the years has probably been the worst for microtransactions. It's cost $20 to open up a 20 box just to get some players. It makes you just not want to grind the game anymore. It makes you not want to put on 10, 20, 30 hours into this game, even for an entire year. I'm surprised people have stuck with this game as long as they have with the microtransactions in it. And they've gotten worse year from year. I remember back in 2K13, you put in $20, you'd have a 99 overall My Career guy. And I understand with Park and Online, you can't really do that this year. But, on the other hand, maybe make VC more obtainable. Maybe make it cheaper. Maybe instead of earning 1,000 VC a game, you earn 3,000. That way, when you play My Career and you want to try out my team, you can play a couple games of My Career. Get enough VC to open up a couple packs, get yourself started. Enjoy all the game modes that this game has to offer. That's all I gotta say on this game. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to drop a like. If you're new here, subscribe and drop a comment if you have any recommendations. Game